for Top That Trade. Joining us this week, Phil Flynn, a Fox Business Network contributor, and Alan Nuckman, an options trading pro. Guys, here we go with round number one. Now that you're in the ring, mud money. A huge discovery of rare earth materials was uncovered in Japan. Now, those materials are used in things like smartphones. So what do you see as far as tech trends?
Well, there is money in mud. Who knew? Mud is very valuable, and rare earth minerals, they're called rare
for a reason.
For a reason.
Right.
There's not a lot of them.
So these go in semiconductors and these technology chips that we need to keep the market moving. So you're saying technology is, we're not coming to a halt. It's not over.
No, I don't think it's over at all. In fact, I think it was a nice correction. Time to go up, yes.
And we're up 7% in the NDX rather quickly, once again, 7% year to date. So it's definitely not over. It was only a month ago we made all-time highs.
When we talk about the movement of technology in the future, rare earth minerals are going to be the biggest thing. And to be honest with you, China, up until now, was one of the biggest owners.
So this mud in Japan
is a big thing. And,
so that we can diversify.
Believe it or not, because the United States is behind the curve when it comes to rare earth minerals. You know another place where they found a whole bunch that's going to take years to get it? Afghanistan. You wouldn't believe it. Who knew?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Round number two, Fed fun. There's talk that the Fed could go easier on big banks. Are we in for another financial crisis here?
Why do we need to lower the bank's threshold for amount of money they need to have on hand?
Because they overdid it, and there's some banks that don't really use capital in the same way other banks do, and it's a waste of money.
So
it's money that's tied up.
Okay,
it's bad capital.
We can disagree that they overdid it because banks are, have fully recovered. They've done very well. $30 billion in profit for 5 banks here this quarter alone.
Right.
Profit. So I don't think they're suffering. So I don't think we need to go back. I don't think we're at any financial risk like we were back then, but I just don't think it's good policy.
Well, to be honest with you, you just put half the banks in America out of business because a lot of these policies are making the small banks less competitive, and banks that don't lend money the traditional way, that are not trading things, don't need to have that much capital. So it's really a waste of resources that could be used better in the economy.
A study has proven that the reason that the people are going to the big banks is because there are no reason to go into branches anymore. People don't need to go to their local bank.
So just shut it down.
It's all on the internet. Just like everything. You just talked about technology. Technology is the future.
Well, wait a second. I thought we had too big to fail.
That was a lot of fun, guys. In round number 3, beaten back. The S&P 500 has struggled this year. And taking a look at the Dow, there's a lot of dogs in the Dow right now. What's your favorite stock? And it cannot be GE.
Think of what's been thrown at and we're positive. Now, there are a lot of Dow stocks that haven't participated are still negative. So which of the Dow stocks do you think are a buy? Not GE.
Well, Home Depot is one. I think we're going to have a housing boom. They were worried about rising interest rates slowing the housing market. Did you see the housing data this week?
Good.
It is blowing up.
Right.
Merck is another one. That's one that's been beaten up. I think that's going to turn around. In Dow Chemical, I'm a big chemicals guy.
Everything is positive.
Retail stocks. You used to be a chemicals guy.
Retail has been positive. Industrial has been positive. So everything's positive. The stock I like is in your wheelhouse, my friend, is I like Exxon here.
Exxon.
We've seen crude make new highs. Right. Exxon's still unchanged over the last year of trade, whereas Chevron's up more than 15%. Look for the equation to snap back in line. I think Exxon above 80 is going to be a big boost.
I'm an owner of Exxon, and I like the dividend as well.
Do you have the tiger suit still?
I do.
All right.
Here's your bonus round question for today. So what's the biggest material on Earth? Is it oxygen, iron, or silicon?
Iron, oxygen, or
silicon is sand, so I pick silicon.
I'm sticking with oxygen because there's oxygen in water.
Oh no, you're both wrong. The answer is iron.
What?
Business First AM continues right after this.